Everyone.
Good
Uh,
morning, sir.
Good morning. Today we will start with our subject, that is business research methods. We had a brief idea about business research methods earlier in the orientation session, isn't it? So today we will start with the uh, actual concepts of business research methods as per the syllabus which is being prescribed by Savitribai Phule Pune University. Isn't it? Before we start with, let me ask you one general question about what is research. What is your idea about research? Have you done research earlier, or you have any idea about research? Anybody? Anybody can answer. What is your idea about research? What have you heard about research?
Having certain amount of information about a particular thing.
Fine.
हेलो सर.
हाँ देवेंद्र बोलो.
Creating something.
सौरभ हाँ बोलो.
Sir, research is nothing but to study the past data of anything, of any product of or about anything or any organization.
Fine. Accepted. Nilesh.
Creating the new things, new subject. What you want to create new thing.
Another question: have anybody done the research earlier?
Not it.
Achha, you have not done any research, but you have some idea about research, isn't it? So with this basic background, let me start with the actual uh, course of BRM, that is Business Research Methods. Is this PPT visible to you all?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So our unit number 1 is foundations of research. Foundations means the basic concepts, foundation concepts of research. So here in this unit, we will be understanding what is research, what is the importance of research, what are the different types of research, what is the process of research, how to prepare proposal, research proposal, everything related to basics or basic terms of research. As per the syllabus, in this unit, we'll cover the definitions of research, we'll understand what is the need of business research, we'll understand the characteristics of scientific research method, we'll understand typical research applications in business and management. Then we'll also understand the questions in research, how to formulate a research problem into management question, and how that management question can be converted into a research question and later on in a investigation question. Then we will understand the process of business research. What is the process of research, business research, how to conduct business research. So in that we will understand the literature review, concepts and theories, the research questions, sampling, data collection, data analysis, writing up the report, then the iterative nature of business research process. Then at the end we will understand the elements of research proposal. What is a research proposal and different practical considerations. Then ethical principles will understand what are the ethical issues in research. The examples of ethical principles we will understand or learn is, remember, harm to the participants, lack of informed consent, invasion of privacy, deception, reciprocity and trust, affiliation, conflict of interest, legal considerations will also understand, like data management and copyright. This much is expected in our unit number 1. So we'll start with one by one, and as you have discussed the your basic idea about research, we'll go forward and we'll understand the meaning, importance, and the different definitions of research. Are you able to see the slides? Is it visible to you all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay, thank you. So in
Yes,
all the different fields, you will see that research is very, very important. It is a main pillar which is contributing to the development of human civilization. In any of the field, you may see, even it is medical field or any other field, management is there, science. So there are different fields, even geography, history. Everywhere you will see that research is very, very important for the development of that particular subject area. And then scientific research has not only contributed abundant knowledge, but also it has paved the path for sophisticated human life. It has made our life very easy. All the countries you will see in the world, they invest huge amount of money on research in the areas of economic, social, political, and technological developments. Developed countries are having wider research base. In all the developed countries, you will see that they have wider research base. Nowadays, business organizations indulge in research activities to tackle stringent global competition. To survive in the competition, every company, every firm needs to get into a research for improving their business structures, or improving their business styles, improving the products to satisfy the customers, and to remain or sustain into the competition. The every country, they are getting into research for sustaining into the competition. You will see that the term research seems to be complex. You may feel that the term research is complex, little bit complicated. However, if you adopt suitable methodology, scientific methodology which is being prescribed, or the step by step sequential procedure, if you follow, it will become easy, or it can achieve the goals of the research easily. So if there is a scientific method which can be applied for doing the research, there is a process, there is a step by step process which if you follow, then the research becomes easy. Then going ahead, we'll understand the definitions of research. The first definition, we will see 3-4 different definitions, and we will understand the views of different authors on what is research. So our understanding of the term research will become more clear. So this is the first definition which is given by Oxford Dictionary. What it says is, research is a systematic. Systematic means what? What is the meaning of systematic?
proper.
In a way.
Proper.
Proper way.
In an innovative manner, sir.
Very, very right. Very right. So systematic, that means step by step. There is a sequence, a logical sequence being put step by step. That we call it as a systematic, isn't it? If certain process is being put in a logical sequence, step by step, we call it as a systematic. So it is a systematic investigation. So research is a systematic investigation. So investigation means it is identification or study the systematic investigation into a study of materials and sources in order to establish the facts and new conclusions. So research, according to this definition, what it says is, it is systematic investigation. It is a systematic study of different sources, materials, everything related to a particular problem or related to a particular subject of our study, and establishing new facts or new conclusions. That we call it as a research. There may be another definition according to Redman and A.V.H. Mori. What it says is, research is systematized effort to gain new knowledge. So here these authors say that it is systematic efforts being done step by step and in a sequential logical manner to get new knowledge, to broaden the base of knowledge. That is a research. Getting the definitions?
Yes, sir.
We'll see 3-4 definitions. So we'll see that our understanding will be more better. Then another definition which is given by Cooper and Schindler. These are the authors of a book on research methods. So Cooper and Schindler, you will see that what they mean by research is, they say that business research is a systematic inquiry. They also say that it is systematic. Systematics, the meaning of systematic means it is step by step and put into a logical sequence. It is systematic inquiry that provides information, as some of you have rightly said, related to information. So it provides information to guide the business decisions, to find solutions to problems. So what this definition they want to say about business research, these philosophers Cooper and Schindler, they say about business research, and what they say is, it is systematic activity that is step by step and put into a logical sequence. Sequential systematic activity which can provide information, and the information, as we earlier discussed, that information is required for taking decisions related to different management or business problems. On day-to-day basis, you will see that in business, when we are conducting running a business, a manager or the entrepreneur, they have to take decisions on day-to-day basis related to different functions of the business, related to different activities of the business. And to take the decisions, we need to have information. We need to have a proper information, and that information can be brought from a research, that can be collected through doing a research and through doing a study in a systematic logical sequence, step by step, in a scientific manner, so that we get the information, correct information, and on the basis of that correct information we can take good decisions about our business or the different problems related to our business. Understanding the definition? Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So there is another definition which you will see, which is given by Zygmunt. He is another philosopher who has defined business research. So he says, business research is defined as the systematic, means Zygmunt also says it is systematic. Systematic means step by step and put into a logical sequence. So business research is a systematic and objective process. Can anybody tell me the meaning of objective? Have you heard this word objective? Here they say it is objective process. Objective process means what?
Options, sir. Option making options.
Acha, you might have heard objective means you mean to say objective questions like multiple choice.
Yes, sir.
No, we have to take the meaning of objective here as unbiased. There is no bias, no favor in one side. So the research is independent, having a independent information collected for collecting the information to take the decisions. So objective here means the information which we are collecting that should be unbiased. It should not favor anybody. It should not favor the customers. It should not also favor the management. It should be independent. Getting?
Yes, sir.
Now here we have to understand the meaning of objective means unbiased. The information need to be unbiased. The information which we are collecting should not favor anybody. It should not favor the management as well as it should not favor the customers. So business research as defined as systematic and objective process of gathering, recording and analyzing the data for aid means help in making the business decisions. So here also Zygmunt says almost the similar way. He says it is systematic, it is objective process of having collected the data, processing the data for help in taking the management decisions or business decisions. Now I think by now your understanding related to research and business research is more clear, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So before we go ahead, can anybody tell me now what we have understood related to research or business research? So we go ahead. If you have understood, then we'll go ahead. Who will tell me? Tejas? Saurabh?
So research is systematic in investigation into study of material and source in order to establish a fact and research in new conclusion.
Acha. Very right. Any other?
Research should be in objective manner.
Very correct. So that means we have understood now from all these definitions related to business research. What is business research means? It is systematic, step by step process, having steps which are logically designed one by one in a logical sequence. Means the sequence need to be followed. Sequence cannot be changed. If the sequence is changed, you may not get the correct answers. You may not get the correct or desired results, isn't it? So there is a process 1, 2, 3, 4. There is a step by step logical sequence which you have to follow. If you change the sequence, if you do the step number 4 in the first place and the step number 1 at later, that will not be that will not give you the correct results or desired results which you want from the research. So it is sequential, systematic kind of a process. It is also an objective process. Objective means unbiased, not favoring anybody, that kind of objective process, so as to get the information based on the facts, and this information can be further used for taking decisions in business functions or business activities. So that is the basic understanding of research is what we have understood till now, isn't it? Now I think everybody is more clear about what is research, isn't it?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So I will again go back and we'll go further. So now objectives. Why we do business research? What are the important objectives or purposes of business research that we'll have to understand? So in business, why we do the research? First of all, to increase the profitability. So if we do the research, it can ultimately end up into increasing the profitability of the particular business. Whatever business activities which we are doing, that we can do it better. Customers can become more satisfied because uh, because of research. If they get uh, products based on proper research, then they can become more satisfied. Other stakeholders which are directly indirectly related to the business, they can also uh, perform better because of research. So in all, at the end, what it can result into is increase in profitability of the business. So we can increase the profitability of the business if we get into a business research. Research is very, very important for that. Second thing is enhance market share. So again, with improved research, with improved products, improved customer satisfaction, we can improve our market share. We can increase the share of the market in terms of the geographical area. We can spread, we can expand, we can get more and more customers. We can take more market share than the competitors if we have business research. Third thing related to the purpose of business research is quality improvement. So if you have proper research, we can improve upon the quality of whatever we are delivering to the stakeholders, the customers, the other stakeholders like middlemen, wholesalers, retailers. Whatever we are delivering in terms of product or service, we can improve the quality of our deliverables by having a business research. So ultimately, the quality will be improved. Another thing, to understand the market. For understanding the market, business research is very, very important. So the actual business or the marketing will start from the customers or the market. And for delivering something, anything, maybe a product or a service, if you want to deliver to the customers or the market, you need to understand the market or the customers whom you are targeting to deliver the products or services. So understanding of that market or the consumers or the customers is very, very important. So understanding those customers in all the dimensions, may it be the different aspects like their age, gender, their likes, dislikes, their social status, their demographic status, demographic variables or demographic statistics, and all other likes, dislikes, tests, preferences. That is very important. As well as related to the market, we need to understand the competitors, what they are offering, what are their products or services, who are their customers, how they are marketing their products or services. All that related to market. Understanding of that market can be very well be done or can be achieved by having a business research, by having a proper business research. And then for better decision making. So for better decision making, we have discussed that we need a proper information, accurate information related to the different information related to the different customers, markets, or anything on which we want to take decision. So proper information related to that is very, very important. Without an information, we may not be able to take a good decision about a particular business activity or the business decisions. Getting the point?
Yes, sir.
Any query
Yes, sir.
till now? Any query till now?
No, sir.
Achha,
No,
okay.
sir.
Fine. Again, the other purposes of business research may be to explore the opportunities, new opportunities. So what are the different new opportunities for the business into the market related to the business? Can we do new business, or can we launch a new product, or can we modify the existing product? What are the different opportunities? Can the different type of category of customers can be tapped for our business? There are many different opportunities in the market, and to understand that opportunities, we need to have business research. We need to conduct a research related to what are the different opportunities for the business in the market. So to explore, to understand, to study the new opportunity in the market, we have to have business research. Then advanced technologies, different technologies which can be used, whether they are useful for the business or not, which technologies can be used for conducting the business, for what purposes. To have that, we can have a business research. Third thing, to minimize the risk. If you have proper business research, if you have proper information based on the data collected, we can take good decisions, and that can minimize risk. That can minimize the risk of failure. As I said, decisions without any information can be very deteriorating. If we take decisions without having any information, without a proper base, that can harm the business, that can make the business have a loss. So to minimize those risks, we should have a proper information. So if you have a proper information, your decisions will be based on proper information, and you will get into decisions which can be helpful for the business for further growth, and that can help you to get profits and to get the business growth, or sustaining the business into the long run. Again, to attain the sustainable growth, sustainable means continuous and persistent growth into the market. Once we have established our business, to maintain or sustain the business in long run, to survive and further grow the business, we need to have business research. We cannot do the same business every day. We cannot have same type of uh, activities, or same type of we cannot have same decisions all the time, because you see, the market is dynamic, the customers, competitors, everything is dynamic. The different factors which are affecting the business, may it be the internal factors, may it be the external factors, all those are dynamic. Dynamic means they are changing every day. Anything is not uh, constant. You will see what customers are liking today, they may not like the same thing tomorrow, isn't it? Customers want change, isn't it? If you sell
Yes, sir.
the same type of product, if you sell the same type of product all the years, then customers may not like it. There are many examples of different companies, like you say, see Bajaj Chetak was there. Have you heard of that model, Bajaj Chetak?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Acha, you
Yes,
have
sir.
heard. Acha.
Yeah.
So earlier that was a very popular brand, Bajaj Chetak. There was very less variety, very less colors, only one model. But then there was a huge demand. Why? Because there were not much competition in the market. But then as time has passed, people did not like the product. They shifted to different other brands, which gave them the variety, which gave them the different designs, which gave them the different feeling, different comfort. Now Chetak, Bajaj Chetak has relaunched their product, but then earlier it was not being accepted by the people after some period of time. Why? Because they could not bring in the changes the customer wanted. So to bring in the changes into our product, to improvise the product, to make the customer like the product all the time, you need to have some changes every time. On a periodic basis, we have to have incorporate different changes, modifications, improvisations into your product or service offerings, so that customers can like your product on a long run. So to attain the sustainable growth into the business, we have to have business research in different areas, in the different ways, or different topics of the interest of business. We need to have business on continuous, we have to have research on continuous basis for having a sustainable growth in the market, and then to achieve competitive advantage also. Have you come across this term, competitive advantage? Have you heard this term?
No, sir.
Acha, okay. So then, if you have not come across this term, I will tell you what it is, so that you will understand what it is. So to have a competitive advantage, we have to have business research. There is a competition in the market. Do you agree with that? If there is one product, we'll say that there are different varieties of that product available. If you go to any shop for asking for pen, for example, you take the simple example of pen. If you ask for a pen, there are n number of different pens available. There is a variety of pens you can have in a shop. You can see different types of pens having different features. But then, if you want to sell your product, you have to have something which is additional, something extra, or something which can make you different than others. And then only what happens is customers will like your product or service and they will purchase it. Have you faced any interview?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Acha. Did they ask that what different thing you have than other candidates? Did it? Many times they ask you what different or what additional you have than other candidates, so that we can select you. Isn't it? So that extra or that different or that additional which we have to have, which can make us different than others, is called as competitive advantage. Isn't it? That something extra or that's something additional which the product or service should have so that customers will like, that can be called as a competitive advantage. So you have to have something unique or something different than others, then only customers can give you a preference. Customers can choose you among the different varieties of that particular product available. So you can have competitive advantage in terms of price. There may be some product which is very cheapest, so that can be the competitive advantage of that particular, so that the customers should like that product. There may be a competitive advantage in terms of features of the product, so that customers can purchase or can prefer that particular product because of features. So competitive advantage can be of any type. It can be in terms of price, it can be in terms of features of the product, it can be in terms of variety of the particular brand they are offering. So it can be related to anything. It can be in terms of discounts they are offering. So this competitive advantage can be in terms of anything which we are offering to the customers. So to achieve that competitive advantage, business research can help us. So business research can help us to understand what the competitors are doing and what we can do different, what we can do additional or something extra than the competitors, so that our product or service can be accepted, can be preferred more than the competitors. For that, business research can help us. So to create a competitive advantage, business research can always help us by providing the data or the information about the competitors, their offerings, how they are doing the business. So with this information, we can think of something different or offering something additional or extra or different than the competitors, so that we can gain competitive advantage over the competition, and we can become a preferable brand related to our product or service into the customer's mind. Getting the point?
Yes, sir.
So you
Yes, sir.
understood the meaning of competitive advantage also?
Yes, sir.
Better. So shall we go ahead?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. So then we are going to understand what are the different characteristics or of good research. We discussed what is research, what are the different purposes of the research, how that research can help us. Now then we have to understand what can be called as a good research. What are the different features or characteristics of a good research? So what need to be there so that the research can be called a good research? That we need to understand. So first of all, the clear definition of a purpose. So first thing, what a good research has is a clear definition of purpose. Why we are doing the research? Isn't it? When any doctor he diagnoses the patient, the diagnosis need to be proper, isn't it? If he diagnose the correct problem, then only whatever medicines he is prescribing can show a good effect, can clear the patient's problem. Like that in research, you will see that the definition of the purpose, why we are doing the research, that need to be very, very clear. If we want to estimate or we want to understand the reason why sales are not going up, then we need to understand we need to find out information related to the different areas about why the sales is not going up, isn't it? so that we can get a proper information which is required for taking the decision based on that data or that information. If we do not understand the problem or the purpose why we are doing the research, then probably we will get some wrong information, and the decisions based on that information may go wrong. And so the clear definition of purpose of the research is very, very important. We should understand the purpose of why we are doing that particular research. So that is the first thing of a good research. So if the purpose is clear, purpose is understood very well by the researcher, then probably whatever we are doing, we will get the good results or the expected results out of that research. If in the first thing, if the purpose is not clear, then probably everything whatever we are doing in that research may go wrong, and that particular information which we are arriving at will not be useful for us. Then second characteristic of good research is detailed research process. A detailed research process need to be there. A process need to be followed. So the process need to be systematic, step by step, put into a logical sequence, so that research should follow a particular step by step, sequential and systematic process, so that we get good results. So the good research should have a detailed research process. Third thing of good research is thoroughly planned research design. So there are different research design we will understand in the later part of this course which we are learning. In the later part we will understand what are the different types of research designs. But for now we have to understand that there is a particular format of research to be followed for particular types of research. If you want to have particular information, there are different types of research or types of structures of research we need to follow, and that research design or that structure will be dependent on the type of research we want to do. So the research design or the format which we are using for that particular research problem need to be appropriate. It should be also thoroughly planned. We should know how to use that particular research design so that it can yield proper information. It can give you a proper appropriate information based on which you can take good decisions. Another thing is you have to adopt high ethical standards. There are a lot of ethical issues which also we are going to understand in the later part of this particular unit. So these ethical standards also need to be followed while doing the research. The respondent should know why the information is being collected. The information which we are collecting should not be that collection of information should not be unethical. So all ethical aspects or ethical practices need to be followed when we are doing research. Another thing of a good research is we have to specify the limitations. Limitations means what? Anybody? Let the discussion be interactive so that we learn more.
Sir,
Anybody?
there is certain limitations means.
Correct. Very right. Anyone else?
That data are continuously changes. This is also a limitation.
So, as you said, limitations, that means what a particular research can do and what we are not doing it. what research can do or what cannot do. Specifying the limits is very important. Particular activity which is not being considered should be specified. What this particular research we are doing, for what purposes, and what are the different activities or the different areas for which we are doing research, that need to be specified into the scope of that particular research. It should specify the limitations, what this research is not supposed to do. All those are limitations. So we specify, for example, the research deals with the understanding the customers' preferences in Pune city. So we are specifying the limits of my research. I am telling the limit of my research, that it is restricted to Pune city. It is not beyond Pune city. Isn't it? So specifying the limitations is also very important. So if the limitations are not being specified, the outcomes will be ambiguous. Will not understand the preferences or the whatever feedback which is given by the respondent belongs to which customers, belongs to which respondents, whether they belong to Pune or Ahmednagar or Nagpur, we do not know. So therefore, limitations also need to be specified clearly. What the research can do and what the research cannot do. What are the limits of that particular research also need to be specified in terms of geographical coverage, in terms of time limit. So you may specify this research is conducted during April to August. So it is not related to the particular time frame beyond or before April or beyond August. So we are specifying the scope or the limitations of particular research. That is important to understand the relevance of the information which we have collected. Getting it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Going,
Yes.
yes, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Going further, we need to have adequate analysis. A proper analysis, appropriate analysis need to be done on the data. Whatever data we have collected, we have to have a proper analysis of that particular information. We need to have a proper processing of that information, so that we have to have a good outcome, good results, based on which we can take decisions. So adequate and proper analysis of the data which we are collecting is also a characteristic of good research. So for that, we need to use different statistical techniques, statistical methods which can be used for proper analysis of the collected data. Then we have explicit presentations of the findings. So we have to have explicit, means detailed presentation of findings. So findings which are being drawn out of the data or from the information which we have collected, we have to have presentation or interpretation. We should be able to present that findings, and for that we may use different graphs, charts, different diagrams which can help us to present our findings. Then we have justification of the conclusion. Justification of the conclusions. Justification means what? Anybody, are you there? We are discussing characteristics of good research. Another quality of a good research is justification of conclusion. Can anybody tell me what is justification? Have you given justification of anything?
Sir, whether it is right or wrong.
ठीक है. That means
But explaining
good. So justification means reasoning of conclusion. Justification of conclusion. So that conclusion which we are providing, that should be based on the information or the data which we have collected. Reasoning, we should be able to justify the conclusion. We should be able to explain the conclusion, why the conclusion is given, or whenever we are doing a research that ends up into a certain conclusion, that conclusion need to be justifiable. If you are not able to justify, if you are not provide reasons for giving that type of conclusion, that research is of no use. So whatever conclusion which we are drawing, that should be based on the data which we have collected through the proper methods of data collection, properly analyzed information, and then that conclusion can be justifiable, reasonable, can be explained. So properly justifiable conclusion is also a good quality of good research. Then it should reflect researcher's experience and expertise. So researcher, when he is doing a research, he should use his experience and expertise, whatever experience which he has related to a particular research, he should make the use of his experience and expertise to develop the questions for the respondents, to collect the information, to analyze the data, so that the outcomes are of quality. So the outcomes of that research should can reflect the researcher's experience as well as his expertise in research. So all these are the features of a good quality research. Isn't it? So what we'll do is, so what we'll do is, shall we go ahead or shall we stop our discussion here only? It should not be monotonous, or in it should not go tangent. In it. So instead of going ahead, we'll discuss for now what we have discussed so far. So what we have discussed